We have arrived in Spain. There's Dad. It's 13 degrees here on the bank, and we've come straight to the venue. And that over my shoulder there is Jay Minter. And there is Mark Morris. Here's a wave, Mark. He's too busy on his phone waiting for that rod to get dragged in. He's had a few fish already, which is great to see some fish feeding. This is Paul. Paul's into a fish now. He's fishing here as well. So we got over here. We haven't had any issues with connections. The flight was on time. We left. I was up at 2 o'clock this morning. I left home at 2:30. If I stand there, you can see Paul playing that fish. Left home at 2:30 this morning. We got to Manchester Airport and we flew out of there around 6 o'clock this morning. No hold-ups. Straight through. We landed on time, picked up the car, and then we drove an hour and 40 minutes from Alicante Airport to here, straight to the venue. So we haven't been to the hotel yet, and we haven't been to the tackle shop yet. Looks like a good fish what he's got there. So what's basically going to happen is I'm going to spend about an hour here, just do a little bit of filming, see if we can see some more action. It looks like most of the English lads are here. Just in a minute ago I was on the bank. Lee Kerry pulled up behind me, Frankie Giannicelli and Mick Viles. But we have just been told, and I'll show you where they are in a moment, that further up that way that there are some more English anglers. So it sounds like all of the English anglers are actually here now. So what I'm going to do is just hang around here for an hour or so, see if we can see some fish getting caught, see where they're being caught and that sort of thing, because there isn't really time to go back to the hotel and then to the tattle shop there, because the tattle shop is about 8 or 9 miles in the opposite direction in Solana. So that's where we will be heading. That tattle shop is Quinta Pesca, and that is that shop's owned and ran by the people that actually run this event as well. So it's an ideal place to just go check in. I think they're going to allow us to pay onto the competition whilst we're there, and I can obviously get some bait as well for tomorrow, because tomorrow I do plan on that will be my first day of training. But like I say, you know, it's 13 degrees, it's much milder than I expected. They've had a lot of rain the last couple of days. However, we've been told that really won't affect the fishing, and it won't affect this. This is actually a river, and when you fish it you wouldn't actually know that because there's virtually no flow whatsoever. So you fish it, it's almost like a canal. Lots of good fish. These are wild carp. There are carasio in here as well. I don't know if this is the odd sun perch, I think, but they're wild carp, you know. So sometimes you think they're bigger than what they actually are when they come out. They really fight hard. But I don't know how many he's had now. I don't know if he's had 3 now, maybe. But already we're hearing stories that there are lots of fish getting lost. There have been, on previous years when I fished here before, there have been less bigger fish than what I've seen this year so far in practice. There have been lots of big fish caught. However, lots of fish get lost here, not because they're big fish, but just because you're casting over to that far bank. And in particular, I mean, you can see areas like that that's opposite Jay Minter. It's incredibly snaggy. There's like bamboo down there, there's reeds, there's all sorts. And as you can imagine, over the years, people have lost tackle over there. Branches have gone in and stuff, and so it can be very, very tricky to fish the far bank. So already I've seen 1 or 2 lads coming away from it, not because they think that's the best place to fish, but because it's the only place where they can actually fish cleanly, where they're not getting snagged and that sort of thing. So if I swing round and look up that way, going up there where it goes round a bend, up there I've just been told that Steve Ringer's up there, Phil Ringer's up there, possibly Rob Wotton's up there as well with his dad. His dad's fishing it again this year, he travels over with him. And that might be most of the English contingent that are all here now. So I'm looking forward to getting on the bank tomorrow. I've been doing loads and loads of filming for you, so I will be filming this trip as a film like I have done in previous years. Okay, so you will all get to see that, and that's warts and all, that's a bit of everything. Whereas these updates are a little bit more throwing information at you off the cuff on the bank. So it looks lovely sitting there now. They've had 2 days of rain. I've got some clips of that which I will be sharing with you in the film when I put it together. But yeah, this is completely different, and they forecast it to be like this for the next 2 or 3 days. But then I think there's either a 40 or 60% chance of rain again over the competition weekend. So the basic format for those that are going to be following this competition is that today is Tuesday, Wednesday is a day for practice, Thursday is a day for practice, and the competition is a 3-day event, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and it's actually done on section points, so it's not on cumulative weight like lots of the competitions that I have covered in the past. This is on section points, so obviously you'll be trying to finish as high up that section as possible. Okay, and there has been, this place has been known for end pegs to be incredibly dominant. All right, and there is something that usually takes place on this event. Whether it's going to happen or not this time, I'm not sure. And that is basically, if you was to draw an end peg on the first day, for example, then they formulate the draw in a way that you can't draw another end peg for the next 2 days. And that is just their way, the organisers' way of trying to make it so that everybody's got the best possible chance of drawing an end peg. And it means that if the end pegs are going to dominate, then you're not going to get someone who draws 2 out of 3 day end pegs, or even 3 out of 3. You know, it's just their way of trying to make it much fairer. Okay, so there's no wind here, as you can imagine. When we're casting across, there's another angler here. Keep him in the shot so you can see him casting in. And where he's casting over the top. Where's that going? Okay, so again, he's not right under that far bank either. So there isn't any wind here. A lot of the fishing here is you are casting across there. And to give you an idea of range, across there you're probably looking at about 45 meters ish, give or take. I think further downstream, where I drew twice in this competition last time, is about the widest point. It's about 50 meters, but here I think it's about 45, and I think that's about the average. Okay, so as you can imagine, when that wind does get up, then it can be a little bit tricky trying to cast. I mean, if you are fishing, in some cases we have literally fished, you know, inches away from that far bank, and obviously when that wind blows on here, as you can imagine, with the nature of this sort of venue, it can blow down it just like a canal or the drains back home, and it can really be strong. So that can obviously affect your casting and things. That's Paul just casting back out. Again, he's not really tight across either. So it's going to be an incredibly interesting week. I'm going to be updating you every single day right here on this Fishing Life channel. Okay, so I will be letting you know what's happening. The next 2 days for me are really just trying to get to grips with the venue again. So I'll be sorting my kit out, ready for tomorrow. I'm not sure where I'm going to fish yet. Basically, everybody who competes in this competition, they all stay in the same hotel, and the organisers do as well, which is an incredibly really nice social thing, which, you know, makes this event even more special. So we'll all be sat around the same table tonight. So I shall just be finding out where the lads are going. 1 or 2 lads might want to practice together, see if we can work something out, and that's what we'll be doing. So I'm not sure where I'm going to be fishing tomorrow, but whatever happens, you will be getting an update right here. At least one update. You might get more right here on this channel, on the Fishing Life channel. So if you don't want to miss out on any of these updates and just see how it's going, then hit subscribe, and I really appreciate a thumbs up for this video if you're enjoying this sort of a format on this brand new channel, because the more thumbs up and more subscribers we get, the more updates I can give you throughout all our competitions going through this year. So I'm going to spend a little bit longer on the bank, and then we're going to head up over to the tackle shop, get some bait and stuff for tomorrow, look forward to a good meal, get in bed nice and early, and we'll be ready to hit the bank running first thing tomorrow morning.